Welcome to Girl Talk Masters Division. And yes, it's me, Dr. Beverly Swanson. Girl Talk Masters Division is straight talk, is real talk. Marriage, relationships, sex. Sex. Children, teenagers, life. Let's have an experience together. If you just take a minute, I have wisdom to share. Girl Talk Masters Division is just for us girls. Hello. Dr. Beverly Swanson-Powell, and welcome to Monday Morning's Girl Talk here, Masters Division. It's always good, ladies, to come before you today, and this Girl Talk conversation is about 15 minutes of encouragement for us all today as we come together early morning with a cup of coffee or tea to get ready for our day and plan and ready for our week. I wanted to speak to you, if I can, from the heart today on how important it is to be there for each other as sisters, friends, family. We are truly our sister's keeper. There's been a challenging weekend. I was trying so hard to reach a friend of mine who was not well. She is in the hospital struggling with cancer. But she is so strong in her faith and belief, and she refuses to let go and give up. But she was having a difficult time. She was in the hospital. And, with this COVID situation, you cannot be there with your friends like we could in the past. I had saw on Facebook by your daughter that she was having a very difficult time, was getting very emotional, and she was concerned that she was giving up. And I tried for days to reach her. I knew I needed to reach her. She was heavy on my heart, and I knew how important it was to encourage her. Oh, by God's grace, I did get a chance to talk to her and reminding her of how important she is, how valuable she is, and how the world still needs her importance, her intelligence, her gifting, her generosity, her love, her wit. It is so important that we let each other know that, ladies. And I listened to her. I could almost see her countenance. I could feel it in my spirit by her voice, and how she almost immediately turned around. She was joyful and laughing and encouraged and happy and promising me she would not give up and she would not give in, even though the news was not fully as she expected. Reminding each other, ladies, that there is nothing impossible for God, that we can never, ever give up, and we can never, ever give in. And when we have those days where we're not feeling strong, we're not feeling powerful, we don't have the energy or the foresight, that's when we have to come together as friends and sisters to encourage each other and just remind each other that the world is still in need of everything that we have within us to offer. We are so important. I constantly talk about that, but we truly are. We have value. We are the foundation of our homes, the foundation of our families. We keep things in order. There is absolutely so much within us that we have been destined and ordained to do before the foundation of the world. It doesn't matter where we were born or what ethnicity. It doesn't matter whether we were born short or tall, thin or healthy. We have incredible value, and the world and its entire existence need us. Not just our families, not just our friends, but our very existence is important to all creation. You think that's a bit much? Do you really? Let me share this with you. I want to share with you Proverbs 31. Now, I know you have heard it before. We all have. But have you heard it from the Passion Translation? If you did, you would absolutely embrace the power of your gift, your strength, your existence, your wit, your wisdom. Everything in you, maybe some things that you haven't uncovered or discovered, but I want you to know it's in you and it's coming out, it's coming forth, and we're going to help each other through it. Let me read it to you. It begins with the radiant bride, and he's talking about the bride of Christ. He's talking about the bride to your husbands, the brides that are and the brides that are to be. It starts in verse 10 and it goes, who could ever find a wife like this one? She is a woman of strength and mighty valor. She's full of wealth and wisdom. The price paid for her was greater than many jewels. Her husband has entrusted his heart to her, for she brings him the rich spoils of victory. And in verse 12, it says, all throughout her life, she brings him what is good and not evil. She searches out continually to possess that which is pure and righteous. She delights in the work of her hands. She gives out revelation truth to feed others. She is like a trading ship, bringing divine supplies from the merchant. Even in the night season, she arises and sets food on the table for hungry ones in her house and for others. In verse 16, it says, she sets her heart upon a field and takes it as her own. Oh, this is a woman of authority. She labors there to plant the living vines. She wraps herself in strength and might and power in all of her works. She hates, she tastes and experiences a better substance, and her shining light will not be extinguished, no matter how dark the night. In 19, it says, she stretches out her hands to help the needy, and she lays hold of the wheels of government. She is known by her extravagant generosity to the poor, for she always reaches out her hands to those in need. In 21, it says, she is not afraid of tribulation, for all her household is covered in the dual garments of righteousness and grace. Her clothing is beautifully knit together, a purple crown and a purple gown of exquisite linen. Her husband is famous and admired by all, sitting as the venerable judge of his people. Even her works of righteousness she does for the benefit of her enemies. In 25, it says, bold power and glorious majesty are wrapped around her as she laughs with joy over the latter days. Her teachings are filled with wisdom and kindness, as loving instruction pours from her lips. In verse 27, it says, she watches over the ways of her household and meets every need they have. Her sons and daughters arise in one accord to extol her virtues, and her husband arises to speak of her in glowing terms. In 29, it says, there are many valiant and noble ones, but you have ascended above them all. Oh, charm can be misleading, and beauty is vain and so quickly fades. But this virtuous woman lives in the wonder, awe, and fear of the Lord, and she will be praised throughout eternity. And if that's not enough, ladies, 31 says, so go ahead and give her the credit that is due. For she has become a radiant woman, and all her loving works of righteousness deserves to be admired at the gateways of every city. That is who we are, ladies. Women of great faith. We are resilient, powerful. We have authority. We're organizers, business women. We're mothers. Glory to God. We're wives. We're in government. There is absolutely nothing that we can't do. We stabilize our home. We're the foundation of our home. We're the ones that keeps it running smoothly. In the midst of chaos, we can calm a storm. Ladies, there is nothing impossible for us because we serve a God that has created us to do and be great and do and be great things. His admiration and his adoration for us is far greater than we can fathom. So this is not the year to question your ability or your capability. This is the year to go beyond limits. Don't let anyone set them upon you. And don't set them upon yourself. Soar beyond what you could fathom. Dare to dream beyond than you've ever dreamed before. This is the year that if you take one step, our God will take two. If you don't know how, talk to him. He will reveal the how if you have the desire to know. If you need to get training or read, do that. It's always good to enhance what we have within us. It's always good to stay fresh, current. There are many generations out there, many different types of personalities. It's important that we stay current and active. Learn, get help, get other insight, talk to other women, get direction, but do it with joy, excitement. Do it with glee. Get ready for the adventure. Have an adventure this year. Don't let the year dictate your life. You dictate this year. COVID, okay. It has taken a couple of years from us. It has held us down, held us back, held us in bondage, but don't let it do it this year. Protect yourselves. Let's do whatever we need to do to stay safe. But in that, you can still be all that you have not just been designed to be, but you've been ordained to be. Flowers to each and every one of you. As you sit down and listen to this message, let it pierce the very core of who you are. Start businesses, write books, write memoirs. Go on an adventure of self-discovery. Who are you? You already know whose you are, but who are you? What was written for you to be? It doesn't matter how old or young you are. Until we breathe our last breath, ladies, we are to live and grow and be the radiant bride to Christ, the Proverbs 31 woman. I hope that this has blessed you as much as it has blessed me to share it with you and encourage you and uplift you, because as I do it for you, remember, I am also doing it for me. God bless each and every one of you. Above all else today, know how much I love talking to you and know how much I care about each and every one of you, and know how much, glory be to God, that I love you more. Again, this is Dr. Beverly Swanson-Powell at Girl Talk Masters Division. Now, don't forget, if you have not joined us on the private group page of Girl Talk Masters Division on Facebook, make sure you send a request in to join it so that you can follow us and all that I have to share and others have to share. If you would like to ask me a question or some things that you would like to discuss, remember, you can always email me at info@drbeverlylswanson.com. That's INFO at drbeverlylswanson.com. If you are needing any assistance in personal or business or spiritual life and counseling, consulting, or coaching, make sure you go to my website at drbeverlylswanson.com. And I will see you all next week on Girl Talk Masters Division. Welcome to Girl Talk Masters Division. And yes, it's me, Dr. Beverly L. Swanson. Girl Talk Masters Division is straight talk, is real talk. Marriage, relationships, sex, sex, children, teenagers, life. Let's have an experience together. If you just take a minute, I have wisdom to share. Girl Talk Masters Division is